The cow, one of the most present animals in human life throughout history, is much more than it appears to be. It is not just a source of food and sustenance, but also a fascinating creature full of curiosities and peculiarities that few people know. Get ready to discover everything you never imagined about this animal, which, despite seeming so common, carries a surprising complexity in its world. Did you know that cows have a unique digestive system in the animal kingdom? Unlike many other mammals, they have 4 stomachs: the rumen, reticulum, omasum, and abomasum. This allows them to maximize the nutrients from fibrous foods like grass, which would be impossible for other animals to digest. This digestion process is so fascinating that scientists are still studying how the rumen can host billions of microorganisms that help break down cellulose. It's almost as if cows have a tiny ecosystem working inside them. Impressive, isn't it? And what about their social behavior? Perhaps you've noticed a group of cows in a pasture, but what you probably don't know is that they form deep social bonds with each other. Studies show that cows have best friends within the herd. Yes, that's right. When separated from their preferred companions, they exhibit clear signs of stress, such as restlessness and reduced milk production. This detail reveals how emotional and social they are, something we don't always associate with them. Another fascinating aspect is cow communication. The famous moo isn't just a random sound. Each vocalization serves a purpose. They use different types of moos to express hunger, anxiety, comfort, and even to call their calves. Speaking of calves, they are quite special. Upon birth, they can recognize their mothers among dozens of other cows just by sound and smell. This strong connection is somewhat reminiscent of the bond between human mothers and their children. And speaking of calves, let's explore a bit about cow motherhood. Cows are incredibly dedicated mothers. When a calf is born, the mother licks it to clean it and establish an immediate bond. This behavior also helps the calf start breathing properly. During the first weeks of life, the mother is always alert, protecting the calf from potential threats. It's a clear demonstration of maternal instinct and care. But cows also have a massive impact on world history and the global economy. Did you know that in India, cows are considered sacred? They symbolize life and generosity, and are protected by laws in many regions of the country. In other parts of the world, like Brazil, they are one of the pillars of the agricultural economy. Brazil is one of the largest producers of beef and milk on the planet, thanks to its vast population of cattle. To give you an idea, there are more cows in Brazil than people. And we can't forget to talk about milk, one of the most consumed foods worldwide. Modern dairy cows can produce about 30 liters of milk a day, but this is only possible due to decades of genetic improvement and specialized care. However, it's important to note that milk production also raises environmental and ethical concerns. The impact of livestock farming on deforestation and greenhouse gas emissions is a topic that needs attention. Yet, advances are being made. Researchers are finding ways to reduce the carbon footprint of livestock farming, and some farmers are already adopting more sustainable practices. Speaking of sustainability, cows are also at the center of an intriguing scientific question: how the methane they produce affects the planet. During digestion, cows release methane, a greenhouse gas much more potent than carbon dioxide. To mitigate this impact, scientists are studying ways to modify cows' diets, including supplements that reduce methane production. Can you imagine that the solution to such a significant environmental issue might lie in what cows eat? Now, let's return to the field, where cows live. Despite their calm and peaceful appearance, cows are more intelligent than many people think. They can solve simple problems, remember past events, and even learn from experience. In one experiment, cows were trained to press buttons to receive food as a reward, demonstrating a level of cognitive ability that surprised scientists. This practical intelligence is an example of how they are more connected to their environment than they appear. How about we talk about the cultural importance of cows? They appear in myths, stories, and even religions across various parts of the world. In many ancient cultures, cows were seen as symbols of fertility, strength, and abundance. In Norse mythology, for instance, a cow named Audhumla was responsible for nourishing the primordial giant Ymir with her milk. In Egyptian culture, the goddess Hathor was represented as a cow, associated with love and motherhood. Beyond all we've mentioned, the relationship between cows and humans goes far beyond practical utility. There is something deeply symbolic about this connection. From small farms to large industrial pastures, the image of cows grazing peacefully in a field evokes feelings of peace and harmony. They are often associated with simplicity and rural life, reminding us of a time when the connection to nature was closer and less rushed. What many people don't know is that cows also have preferences. They enjoy calm places with shade and fresh water, and can be quite picky about the quality of their pasture. When they live in good conditions, they show clear signs of well-being, like lying down to ruminate in peace. This simple but meaningful routine indicates the balance they maintain with their environment. Another intriguing fact is that cows have excellent memories. They can recognize human faces and remember people who treated them well or poorly. On farms where they receive affection, they tend to be more docile and even follow their caregivers. Some farmers share heartwarming stories of cows showing gratitude, as if they understood the kindness shown to them. Now, let's explore a curious point. Cows have peculiar habits that reveal much about their personalities. For instance, they have a very precise biological clock. If you observe a group of cows, you'll notice they follow almost exact schedules for eating, resting, and ruminating. This is even more evident in natural environments, where they adjust to sunrise and sunset. This organized routine is another trait that makes these animals so interesting. And who would have thought that cows also have a playful side? On farms where they have more freedom to explore, they can run, play, and even jump for joy, something many find unlikely for such a large animal. These moments show that they have more personality and vitality than many believe, challenging the stereotype of being slow and lazy animals. Finally, we need to reflect on how we can give back to cows for everything they offer us. Ensuring they live in dignified conditions, free from mistreatment, and with respect for their nature is a way to value these incredible animals. After all, each cow has its own story, peculiarities, and a unique role in balancing the world. And if you think you know everything about cows, remember, they still have much to teach us, from the importance of social bonds to how they interact with the environment. So, the next time you pass by a field and see a cow, it might be the perfect moment to reflect on these animals' impact on your life and the planet. They are, without a doubt, a gift from nature that deserves to be celebrated and protected. To conclude, we cannot ignore the unique relationship between humans and cows. These animals have been our companions for thousands of years, playing essential roles in our survival and development. Whether in agriculture, food, or even culture, cows are an integral part of humanity's history. And the more we learn about them, the more we realize there is so much to admire and respect.